Hey loves, I hope you all are doing well. In today's tutorial, we shall be learning how to make this beautiful outfit. I bring you love, I bring you peace, I bring you joy, I bring you blessings, I bring you happiness. At this very moment, I want you to take a chill pill, stay, and keep watching to the end of this content. Right here is a fabric piece we shall be using, and this is a satin fabric, and for me 2.5 years was okay for this style. I've gone ahead to cut two fabric pieces, one for the back and the other for the front. Since there's not even one difference between the back and the front, just go ahead and put your back piece on fold, your front piece also on fold. After that, put them on top of each other. Also ensure that after the fold, the width of the fabric should be equal to your shoulder divided by 2 plus the length of the sleeve. What I'll do now is I'm going to be dividing my shoulder length by 2, which was 7 inches after the division. I'm also going to be marking the length of the sleeve. The length of the sleeve, I desire 17 inches. I'm going to be using about 1 inch or 1.5 inch as the folding allowance. Quickly, let me draw a starting line so that you could get it clearer. I'm still marking half of my shoulder line in the length of the sleeve. From the starting line, I'm going to be stepping down by 2 inches, and that is going to serve as our shoulder slope. From that 2 inches shoulder slope, I shall be connecting it to the neckline. Next is to go ahead and mark our bust point. Mine was 11 inches. After that, we are going to be dividing our bust circumference by 4. We are going to be marking that. After that, we are also going to be adding the loose or the ease allowance. For the ease allowance, you can make it 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, according to your taste and how loose you want it to be. For me, I shall be making it 6 inches, 5 inches for the ease and 1 inches for joining allowance. Next, let's determine the opening of our sleeve. For the opening of the sleeve, I'm going to be making my 6 inches. If you want to know how to get the opening of your sleeve, measure the circumference of wherever your sleeve is going to be ended. Divide that by 2, add 1 inch for ease, and then add your joining allowance. From this point here, I shall be coming down by 3 inches, and I'll make a curve to join with my sleeve. Sweetie, I want you to take this moment to subscribe and like this video for me, okay? What about this particular video on my channel that talks about how to cut a palazzo pant? This video is one of the videos on my channel that is really doing well. A lot of guys are really interested in this particular video. Can they check that out after this video? Also, let's go ahead and measure the length of our dress for the center part. Don't miss being part of this wonderful family. Just hit that subscribe button and be part of us, okay? Once that was done for the center front and the center back, let's move to the side of the dress. Length for the center front and center back is not the same as the side, okay? The side is shorter than that of the center front and center back, so go ahead and shape it the way you want, okay? I also go ahead and mark the length of the side of the dress. In this channel, we research fashion, we teach fashion, we learn fashion, we do everything fashion. Try and be part of this family. Once I was done getting those 2 points, the length for the side and the length for the center, I'm going to be making a diagonal line to join these 2 points. That is the shape we're trying to achieve. Then I'll go ahead and cut every other thing out before we move to the shaping, okay? At this point, I was done with the cutting. This is the front piece and this is the back piece. So let me just go ahead and arrange it this way for us to be able to do the styling very well. I'll first of all place the back piece with the right side facing me, and I also place the front piece with the right side facing the table. So these 2 fabric right here, the right sides are facing each other. And the next thing I want to do is I'll go ahead and mark that midpoint. From that midpoint, I'll mark half of my shoulder on one side and half of my shoulder on the other side, which was 7 inches on both sides. So now I've had the midpoints of the dress. I've also had my shoulder lines, okay? From that midpoint line, I'll be stepping down by 2 inches. Looking at the style, one side of the shoulder is open and the other side is closed. So the part where I want the opening of the shoulder to be, I'll be marking 3 inches from the shoulder line. From that 2 inches from the midpoint, I'll be connecting it to that point. On this other side at the midpoint, I shall be marking 3 inches, and I'll continue with that curve to join with that 3 inches. This part is the part where the opening of the sleeve is not going to be. I'll just go ahead and cut everything out. This is the styling of the neck, okay? On the opening of the neckline, I'm going to be using a bias tape to turn it to the wrong side. I shall be stitching it this way on the front and that same way at the back. Also, when I come to the hem of the sleeve, I'll be folding in my allowance this way and I'll stitch. I'll also fold in on the other side and also stitch. I'll move to the other sleeve, do the same. I shall also be coming to the hem of the dress, fold in the shape that way to hem, also fold in on the other side to hem. After that, I'll move to this other side and do the same thing. Now this is the part you are likely to face challenges when you are trying to fold this hem. I'm going to be giving you about 3 different methods. The one you wish is good for you, then you can opt for that one. You can use the hemming gum to hem it down before you take it to your sewing machine to sew. The second way is to take it to your knitting, your overlock or your serger machine. Knit the edge very neatly so that you are going to be folding it only once, not twice, okay? You are just going to be making one fold and you stitch through. That is going to make the work very easy. Aside that, if you want to do our normal folding, in fact, you shall be facing challenges unless you use the hemming gum. Or better still, I went ahead to iron it down. Or you could also go ahead and iron everything down so that when you are sewing it, you could just follow the crease you've created. I hope that is okay. Can you see that? This is very neat. So this is the wrong side where the bias was facing and the right side was clean and neat. And this is how the sleeve is looking. This was the outcome of the hem, even though I've gone ahead to iron it. Can you see that? This is not professional at all. I'm going to be showing you how to correct that. I later went ahead to correct it, okay? This is how to correct this mistake. The first is to use a hemming gum and attach the folds together before you take it to your sewing machine. When that is done, the fold is already attached to each other. Whatever shape you've acquired, that is going to be what you are going to get at the end of the day. And the hemming gum is going to give it a bit of stability, a bit of stiffness, making it stand out and look more professional. Or take it to your serger machine or your overlock machine, overlock the edge. That way you're going to be folding it only once. Once you are folding it only once, it will give you that perfect shape you want, okay? Or you could opt for the overlocking method. Better still, just go ahead and reduce the amount of fabric you shall be folding. Once the amount of fabric you shall be folding is matched, you are likely to face that challenge. But when it's not matched, you are likely to skip this challenge. I'll be putting them right side facing each other. I will sew the sleeve on the other side and also sew the sleeve on this other side. I'll take it to the side of the dress and also join this side this way with my 1 inch allowance and move to the other side and also do same. That is all. Then you know the magic? The magic is to give it a very perfect pressing. I mean, press it very well. Sweetie, when you are done with this, you can get that already made belt. You will also use the same fabric to make a belt and rock it with this style like no one's business. If you also wear it without a belt, it looks very, very beautiful as well. Thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.